Brian Scott remembers vividly a frightening contact with the space beings.
When I was 16 years old, I experienced a phenomenon known as a ball of light that appeared behind my house. My dog basically gave the thing away by barking so loud that he was waking up half the neighborhood. Investigating what the dog was barking about, I had found this object hovering in the sky about 6 to 8 feet above my head. The ball of light appeared to be orange-red in color and only lasted for about 10 seconds and suddenly shot up into the air. From this experience, at that time, I didn't make too much of it. My most important intent was to get the dog to be quiet so my parents would not be aroused at 2 a.m. returning from a 16-year-old birthday party for myself. Very shortly after that evening, I woke up again, but this time I woke up at the kitchen table. And when I had woke up, I found myself with a big mess all over my arm. And apparently somewhere during that sleep period, I had managed to jab and tattoo this object into my right forearm, which appears to be a spider. From that time, we moved up to 1971, where I had an actually physical contact with aliens in the Arizona desert. It was their request at that time that I would journey to the Nazca Plains and that I would find from that the information basically to be able to bring back some of the cultural studies that were going on around the Incas and so forth from the pre-Incas. Nothing about the spider when I was 16 made very much sense. In 71, it didn't make much sense either. But in 75, when we really got into all this and started taking some of the journeys they requested me to do, we did find that some of the stuff they were talking about was being the tie-in. And apparently it became something that I myself had eventually asked, why me? Why did they particularly get into this thing with me? And I found out that it wasn't just a me situation. Apparently, to begin with, I was in the wrong place at the right time, or totally the wrong place at the wrong time. But it was based on my decision to take the next step if the information they were giving me was going to be valid at all. And once we began to research and actually dig into it, myself and a few associates, different various investigators and such from leading UFO organizations, we found out that the relationship between the spider on my right forearm and the Nazca Plains were identical. And this particular symbol ties into a technology and an energy system that is used for them to be able to travel, apparently, interstellarly between planets and stars. So what it came out to be in the very end was that the information that they were giving me was basically valid. And what they were telling me, I had some belief in what they were saying. It was from that point that I decided that if the information they could bring forth to me or through me and other people who have had an experience like this could be put together in some nutshell where we might be able to offer the information to the general public in a way where it would actually prove the phenomena as being either real or unreal, we might be able to get a handle on this UFO thing, the unknown.
The unknown. The Incas, the Mayas, the Toltecs, all ancient civilizations, gone from the earth. Why? What sort of unexplainable energy forces seem to be concentrated at Nazca, Tiwanaku, Palenque, Uxmal, Tikal, Chichen Itza? Brian Scott went in and out of the trance state every few seconds while he walked these plains. Why? Are these centers of past civilizations linked to forces from outer space? Facts suggest they are.